Ele tinha pouco mais de 20 anos quando decidiu, na garagem de casa, concentrar em uma só placa de circuito todos os componentes que formavam os poderosos e caros computadores da época, os chamados mainframes, que ocupavam andares inteiros nas poucas companhias que tinham dinheiro para pagar por eles. Junto com um amigo, ele fundou uma empresa que revolucionou a forma como conhecemos e usamos os computadores e continua revolucionando. O nome desse amigo? Steve Jobs. A empresa? A Apple. Ele é Steve Wozniak, o Woz. O Espaço Aberto Ciência e Tecnologia de hoje traz uma entrevista com um dos geeks mais famosos e queridos do planeta que esteve em São Paulo para participar da Campus Party. O nosso programa está começando.
I'm Steve Wozniak. I co-founded Apple Computer. If I can apply the same genius to Dancing with the Stars, I think I can do well in this competition.
Ele cresceu estimulado pelo pai engenheiro projetista de foguetes. Aos 11 anos, era um dos mais jovens radioamadores do mundo. E 2 anos depois mostrou em uma feira de ciências uma máquina capaz de somar e subtrair. Foi com este espírito aguçado que no início da década de 70, o jovem Steve Wozniak se uniu ao colega de faculdade Steve Jobs. A parceria dos Steves gerou frutos que revolucionaram a história. Em 76, eles apresentavam ao mundo o primeiro computador pessoal. O Apple I era pouco mais que uma placa com circuitos integrados, mas podia ser ligado a um teclado e a um monitor de TV, um avanço que mudaria o universo da tecnologia em uma época dominada por grandes computadores. Pois o prodígio Woz esteve no Brasil para participar da Campus Party e conversou com o Espaço Aberto Ciência e Tecnologia.
Woz, no Brasil,
Woz, first of all, what has driven you when you invented the desktop computer?
I was driven by early goals in my life, a lot of which things happened by accident, that drove me to love in my heart was I was going to own a computer of my own someday. I would give up a house. I would not even own a house if I could have that computer. And so it just took a while as the prices of parts came down and down and down. Eventually, I spotted the formula to have my own computer that was useful and could do the work I wanted to do and could play games.
So it was something that you worked to make your personal life easier, more comfortable, and there was nothing related to a business project.
It wasn't so much like it had a positive outcome. It wasn't something you could say, here is why I did it. I just wanted to my whole life. Now, once I had the computer, I knew how to use it to do my work at Hewlett-Packard, where I was an engineer. And I also like to type in games, solve puzzles, do the sorts of things programmers can do. Finally, if you're a programmer, if you know how to program, and you have a machine that you can write programs in, for the rest of your life, the number of programs you can write is infinite.
And Woz, do you believe from your experience that it's still possible for young people to invent revolutionary hardwares nowadays, such difficult times? Or it's really impossible, which means that revolutionary hardwares, they need huge amounts of investments nowadays.
Most hardware has undergone incredible changes in our lifetime due to the cost of making little chips coming down and down and down, and everything that used to cost $1 million is on one chip that costs 25 cents. So it's more difficult to implement new things that have a big impact in life that are hardware in that electronic arena, in the computer arena. But software is still open. I mean, we just read 10 billion apps have been downloaded for the iPhone. A number of people can get out there and write apps for phones and programs for computers and automate their company's processes and all this and run network apparatus things and set up web pages for others. It's just unbelievably expanded.
So you really believe it's a matter of using your head?
People have a certain amount of creative desire to create things built into them. And a certain number of us want to create new things. We just want to play and find out new ways to make things better. And that number of people doesn't go down. It's just that how it comes out is maybe limited and channeled by the environment of the day. In today's environment, a lot of the creativity comes out in places like Facebook. I'm going to set up my appearance, how I look to the rest of the world, which videos I chose to show, and which songs I say that I'm interested in. So the people that put a lot of time that it means a lot to them are very, very creative in that sense. And even the game players, we all know that game playing develops your mind for strategies in life.
What is the key element for a successful business in our days? I mean, making a massive investment in technology or in people? What would your choice be?
That's a very difficult question to answer because words technology and people have many, many different layers of meaning. If you're going to start a company and you want your company to be successful, that usually means it's going to make money. But to a lot of us who are young and pioneers and creating the new stuff, we just want to change the world and we don't care how much money the company's in. We want to be known for having made a successful company that kind of goes on, changes things in a way that continues. And the trouble is, to have a successful company, you better have good people. The other people are the people who are going to use your product. I think you should put all the effort into understanding those people that are going to use your product, program it, build the hardware in ways that naturally come to human beings. The human must be more important than the technology. And most people would agree with that statement, and yet very, very few products, very few companies seem to follow that philosophy.
Em 1981, em pleno sucesso da Apple, Woz caiu pilotando seu avião e tratou a amnésia causada pelo acidente com muito videogame.
Hey, Steve, are you just getting here?
In 81, almost 30 years ago, you had a plane accident, you lost your memory, and after that shock, you decided to go back to university and leave Apple. Was that the most difficult period of your life, and in what way it has changed you, the way you are?
It was not a difficult period of my life. And first of all, I have set myself up with philosophy since I was 20 years old, inborn ways that I do things in life, that I'm not going to have grief and bad periods in life. Nothing could ever give me a bad period in life that would give normal people a bad period, or it would take an awful lot. I had already thought, you know, gosh, Apple is now large, it's got lots of different engineers and different capacities, and even if I weren't here, Apple can go on successfully. I had done my part. So when I came out of amnesia after 5 weeks, I just picked up the phone, called Steve Jobs, and I said, I'm going to go back and get my degree because this is my last chance. And it really was. 10 years later, it's the last chance to finish college.
Daqui a pouco, os erros, os desafios atuais e os sonhos para o futuro.